Guys, I'm going to be reacting to what happens or what does it feel like when you get shot. Now listen, I was on my YouTube just scrolling and I saw this on my recommended and I was like, yo, I always thought like, what would it feel like if I got shot? Will it like burn? Will it hurt? As you guys can tell, I never got shot. I want to know what it would feel like, just in case one day I do get shot.
As you breathe heavily, trying to get your bearings, you
Please.
look down. You've been hit. A pool
Please,
of blood
I hope I
begins
never
to
get
soak
shot.
through your shirt. How does getting shot feel? Let's find out. We've all seen someone get shot in the movies or television shows, but do these depictions have it right? According to the CDC, in 2017,
I know some people,
40,000
movies
people
just
died from gun-related deaths in the United
they
States
just like
alone.
take
However,
it. They're
many
like,
people
and
also
they're just like,
survive being shot. And when they tell their story and what it feels like, there are several commonalities. That being said, everyone is different. Some people have really high tolerances for pain.
Kids
while
taking
others,
roids.
not so much. The sensations felt from being shot are most certainly connected to the location of the bullet wound, the size of the bullet, and the person themselves. But let's look at different accounts and see what most have in common. Many gunshot survivors remember
code.
the initial penetration of the bullet. The strange thing is, they don't remember feeling any pain at first. This is surprising, since you'd think a searing hot chunk of metal ripping through your skin,
What?
muscle, and nerves would be excruciating. However, for the most part, survivors of gun wounds tend not to notice they've been shot until they see blood. One gunshot survivor remembers the impact of the bullet.
On me, that's such a lie, bro. On me, that's such a lie. If I get shot, I'm sorry. I don't even have to look at it. I'm just probably gonna freaking fall to the ground, bro. Listen, I heard though, if you break your leg, like a really bad serious damage, like you break your leg, you don't feel it at first because your body lets yourself like, I don't know. I heard that you don't feel it at first and then it starts hurting, but I don't know. Like when someone stepped on my thumb in 8th grade, and I know a thumb is not like the leg, but my thumb fractured and it was like this, like, right? And I didn't really feel anything. I was just like, bro, like, look at this. And then I went up to the teacher, the guy, like, put it back in place. Now listen.
Feeling like someone had thrown
This
a
gotta
small
be cap.
ladder. The bullet hit her in the side, and all she remembers was being in shock, but not feeling any initial pain.
Like,
This may be surprising.
she's trying to be tough, bro. You're not tough. Just say that it hurt, bro.
People recount that within
No
the first few
way.
moments of being hit by a bullet, they didn't feel anything at all. Once the brain realizes that the body's been injured and it could be life-threatening, it goes into survival mode. The brain dumps adrenaline into the bloodstream, which causes the body to increase blood pressure.
I low-key feel like it could be a mental thing too, cause guys, most of the things in our like body stuff like that is mental, bro.
Homeostasis, even under intense circumstances. The body
Yo,
obviously
alright,
can't
first
keep
of all,
this
yo, I'm watching the Celtics game, right? As I'm reacting to this, but the Celtics game at the background, the Pacers are hitting the dumbest shots in. You know what? That
level up forever, but it does
it's
allow
not part of the
body to
video. My
continue
fault.
functioning even if it's been mortally wounded. The lack of pain is also connected to the size of the bullet. Larger bullets create larger holes and tend to inflict more pain. However, you'd
Good
think
shot.
a smaller caliber should still cause severe pain. But the
Listen,
body's
this
able
is
to do
cap, bro.
amazing things under life or death circumstances. A smaller bullet, such as a 9mm that doesn't break apart on entry, will cause a lot less pain.
Now, guys, don't think I'm a school threat. Don't think I'm a school threat for watching this type of video. I just want to really know, like, I want to know, and it was just like all my recommended. What would happen? Like, what does it feel like when you get shot? I just want to know. Like, I heard that like the bullet is like mad hot, right? Because you shoot it, and it's like mad hot, so like it burns.
Many gunshot victims remember feeling a burning sensation. This is pretty universal among survivors.
Yeah.
Some people describe the burning sensation as feeling sort of like an intense bee sting. However, the initial burning does not decrease, just intensifies. So it feels like being stung
Like,
by
imagine a
bee with
metal
never-ending
shooting
stinger. Like
mad
it's
fast
continuously
in like
pushing
in your
your
leg
body.
or
The burning sensation
I feel like that
seems
just
to
hurts
start
so
the
bad.
second
Like, they're
when the
capping
bullet
when they say it
penetrates the
doesn't
skin,
hurt,
the
but
person
only
feels
when
an
they look
impact,
at it.
But the burn doesn't start immediately. In fact, many gunshot survivors remember feeling numb. As the bullet enters their body, they can feel pressure, but it doesn't hurt. Then, a numbness sweeps across their entire body, radiating from the point that the bullet entered from. As the numbness and shock begin to fade, it's replaced by the burning sensation. Other than feeling like a never-ending bee sting, some people have described the burning sensation as being incredibly hot, like someone was sticking an iron poker that had just come out of a fire into their body. Other gunshot survivors explain that the burning sensation feels like someone is jamming their finger into to a raw blister. The burning has also been described as an incredibly intense sunburn that's
I can see
concentrated
the
in a
hot
single
one.
point of the body, or like someone is taking a bunch of needles and just sticking them into them, except it's as if each time the needle enters the body, it's just continuously being pushed further and further.
Oh!
The burning seems to begin at the point of entry, but then radiates outward. This may be a small piece of shrapnel ripping through the nerves. But one thing is clear. For most people who have been shot, the burning sensation is what is felt after the brain becomes aware that the bullet has entered the body. Again, every person's body is different, and therefore...
Man, the
will
thing that I
react in
low-key
different
fear if
ways
I
to
ever did get
intense
shot, which
trauma like being shot.
I'm praying that I
Soldiers
never
have been
do,
shot have
right?
recounted
Thank
that
God.
they've had a
I have
very
never
different
got shot
experience to
before.
a bullet ripping through them.
I
Most
feel like
agree that
to
when the
take it
bullet
out,
enters the
too,
body,
it
there
must
is an
hurt,
initial
bro.
period of no pain at all, but that doesn't last long. Instead of a slow burning, the bullet wound goes from a slight pressure to excruciating pain. The reason that soldiers
Man,
may
the Pacers
experience
are
more
hitting some
intense
dumb
pain
shots,
is
just to
because
let
they
you
most
guys
likely
know.
have been shot by a higher caliber bullet from a rifle. The ammunition and guns used in military warfare are probably not the same weapons that civilians are shot by during senseless acts of gun violence. This is not always true, but it would seem that being shot by an assault rifle versus a pistol with a small caliber bullet would correlate to a more intense pain. One soldier who was shot says the initial shock wore off after a few seconds of a bullet entering his stomach. Then the pain immediately began. He remembers it feeling like being hit by a sledgehammer in the stomach over and over, resulting in the worst incontinence possible. However, with his intense pain, he saw that a warm numbness flowed through the rest of his body, and eventually he blacked out. On the other end of the spectrum, some people who have been shot say there was no pain at all. They didn't feel a burning sensation. They didn't feel like they'd been ripped open. They felt nothing. This could just be based on the person, but there are actually a few accounts of people being shot and saying they didn't feel much pain. One man who was shot in the calf by a .22 caliber bullet said it didn't hurt. He chalks this up to the bullet being small. It also probably had to do
Bro,
with
he's
the way
just trying to be
shot.
tough.
There
You
are
guys
no
can't even
violent
lie,
weapons in the
bro.
calf. Being shot in different areas of the body seem to account for different sensations.
He's
But what
just
about
trying to
being
be
shot
a
in the
tough
head? You may
guy.
be surprised to find that surviving a gunshot wound to the head is not as uncommon as you might think. You might also expect that being shot in the head would be excruciating, but this isn't necessarily the
Pretty
case.
sure you'll
either.
die,
One
right?
man was accidentally shot in the head by his wife while he slept. Now, accidentally shooting someone in the head seems unlikely, but
What?
that is the story the wife stuck to. Either way, while her husband slept, the gun went off and the bullet ripped through his skull. When the man awoke, he didn't even know he'd been shot. Instead, he complained to his wife of a massive headache. The headache was so bad, the man asked his wife to drive him to the hospital, which she did. According to the victim, it wasn't until the nurse at the hospital informed him that he had been shot in the head that he realized what had happened. At
This video is such a lie. I'm sorry. This video is such a lie.
point, the wife ran out of the hospital.
That
to
is
avoid being
so,
charged with attempted
like,
murder.
that is
However,
so
this is
false.
not the only account of someone being shot in the head and surviving. There are a few commonalities between survivors of gunshot
heck
wounds
no,
to the
bro.
head. The first is the intense headache that accompanies the bullet penetrating the skull. This is not surprising, as they now have a piece
Bro,
of
you
metal
get shot
lodged
in the
in
head, you
brain.
die,
The
bro.
other commonality is a ringing sound. Most people who have been shot in the head and survive say they hear a constant ringing in their ears. Some describe the ringing as a unique sound unlike anything they'd ever heard before. It's so intense and loud it drowns out almost all other noise. Other survivors describe it as a really loud buzzing, like having bees inside your ears. And yet others describe it like the ringing of a bell in your head. Regardless of the description of the ringing, everyone agrees that it is incredibly loud and persistent. There also seems to be an initial ping sound from being shot in the head. The ping then starts to intensify into the ringing, which
My
lasts
bad, guys.
anywhere
If I'm
from
not watching
hours
the
to
video, I
days
got
or
a little
weeks later.
distracted
The
on
ringing
how
is
the
a painful
Celtics are losing
persistence,
120
loud
to
and annoying.
101
Most
against
gunshot
the
survivors
Pacers
say the
team
most
that is
painful part of being shot is the
terrible.
recovery process. The initial gunshot wound for many seems to be a burning
Like, I
sensation,
want to
but
be
that's
shot
nothing
right
compared
now.
to what happens if
No,
they
I'm
survive
joking,
the
but
gunshot. They're
I'm a
rushed to
little
surgery,
pissed,
and
bro. How are the
depending on where the
Celtics
bullet
losing?
entered, the operation to remove the bullet and mend the wound is excruciating. Many gunshot survivors say that the recovery and rehab process after being shot is much worse than the getting shot itself. One survivor even described how when she was
Yeah, that's what I was
operated on,
saying. Like, I feel
doctors
like
couldn't
taking
find
it
the
out
bullet
would hurt,
initially,
okay?
and they didn't want to go digging around in her body looking for it, so they decided to leave the bullet in. The survivor had to have multiple surgeries in order to recover from the gunshot, and during one of them, the bullet had actually been pushed close to the surface of the skin. She remembered the bullet was
Ew.
practically poking out of her body until she convinced one of the surgeons to remove it. Many gunshot wounds take months to heal. This means that for a long period of time, survivors are in constant pain from their body healing. And yet, the pain of recovery isn't even the worst part for many gunshot survivors. It's the psychological trauma that haunts them for the rest of their lives that causes the most pain. Most people who are shot end up with PTSD. They're typically sent to counselors and therapists to help them work through
What
the
is
traumatic
PTSD
experience.
again? Is it
This
like
does
when
not
you're like
always
all
help. Being
worried
shot
about
does
stuff?
not mean
Like,
they're afraid of being around guns or loud noises. noises,
Yeah,
but even
yeah,
things
yeah.
that are unrelated to being shot.
Like,
never
I
set
know
off
what
the
it is,
same
I just,
fear
like,
and
had to
terror.
make sure.
For many, with the help of medical professionals and counselors, the PTSD can go away, but for some it doesn't, and they have to live the rest of their lives with the disorder. Getting shot is never pleasant. Whether it's a burning sensation, intense
I mean,
pain,
of
or
course, who
psychological
wants to get
trauma,
shot?
it
Like,
is something that stays with you for the rest of your life. The sensations associated with being shot depend on the person, the type of bullet, and where the bullet entered. Many people who survive being shot never fully recover. Now watch how to actually survive getting shot, or check out how to stop any pain in minutes.
all right, Mr. What was this video called? Mr. The Infographic Show. Respect to you for making this video, making the graphics, making it entertaining to watch, you know, making up those little stick figures, doing whatever you got to do. I can tell you put a lot of time in this video, but you lied, bro. There is no, you must have not lied. You probably just got you definitely got information from other people, right? They lied to you, bro. There is no way someone got shot in the head and didn't feel it at all. And it was like, oh, my head just kind of hurts. Listen, yo. Let's hope none of us get shot here. But all I gotta say is subscribe. I'm really on my grind, guys. I've posted 5 videos today. This is about to be my 6th one. And also, I was so dumb. I posted 2 videos, guys, of a show that I was just reacting to on Netflix. And I was like, I don't think this is gonna get copyrighted, right? I only have 3 subscribers. Guess what? It gets blocked off my YouTube. So I just wasted like 1 or 2 hours of reacting to that show, and that low-key pissed me off because I could have reacted to way more videos. But listen, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you guys subscribe.